Roy, how do you assess that game this afternoon?
Well, I thought Arsenal deserved to win it, of course. I thought they played very, very well. I'm a little bit disappointed that the hard work the players put in didn't give us a better platform. The second goal in particular came very much at the wrong time. An unfortunate slip from one of our players, let Vermaelen in. And, of course, at 2-0, with the Arsenal in the covered mood and their current form, they were obviously going to be able to play on that and relax, and I thought could have made life even more difficult for us than they actually made it. But we stuck at our guns. I can't ask any more of the players in that respect, but unfortunately on the day we lost to the better team.
Picking up injuries is part and parcel of the game, of course, but when you lose not one, not two, but three of your key players, it makes the job that much more difficult.
Yeah, of course, and it's always going to be difficult coming here. The Arsenal at the Emirates is always a tough game. They've got a lot of quality in their team, and they've got a lot of very, very good players. So when you come here, really, you can't make any mistakes. Unfortunately, we did. I thought we were a little bit unlucky on the first goal, the quick free kick, because there was some discussion which way the free kick should have been given. But sure enough, you've got to deal with those things. We didn't, and then I thought we could have dealt, better with the clearance or the pressurising from the clearance, because Chris Brunt slipped over on his way out to try and block the cross, which is a bit unfortunate. But it meant that we faced a really uphill battle in the second half. 2-0 down, a rampant Arsenal. I thought we stuck at our task very well.
What are you looking for from your players at that stage, when it's always going to be difficult to get parity, but just to stay in it?
You've got to stay in it. I thought we did that, but we didn't create enough chances, of course. But we did stay in it, and who knows? Sometimes you don't need a lot of chances to score a goal. Sometimes the goals come from nothing. When we went a goal to 0 down, it wasn't because we'd had or conceded lots and lots of goal chances. It was a chance conceded and a chance taken. So at 1-0 you're always in the game. At 2-0 you've got a little bit of a chance. Unfortunately, they scored a third, and that killed the game off. But we kept at it, and that's the positives I can take from the game, that the players didn't give up. They worked very hard, and we will be better.
Tactically today, Roy, first time this season you've not started with Malumbu in the middle of the midfield. What was the thinking behind that today?
Well, we've got a lot of options in the midfield. Malumbu hasn't had the best of starts to the season. He's still struggling to find the form of last year. And of course we've got people like Dorrans who are pushing for a place in the team. We've got Morrison who's pushing for a place in the team. And we've got George Thorne. So I thought it was an opportunity to have a look at some other players, because quite frankly I don't think that Malumbu for one of Dorrans or Morrison would have made a major difference, because they're similar types of players. They're all honest players, and they would have all done as good a job as they could do. So it wasn't decisive for the game.
And just finally, the international break is upon us. Does it come at a good time for you? I mean, I know Shane's going to be out for a while, and Paul as well, but for Peter, is he likely now to be back for your next game?
It should be. I mean, it was only a minor kick on the knee that he took. We don't think it's a particularly difficult injury to overcome. I was rather hoping he'd be fit for today's game. I think it was close. So I'm pretty sure that in 2 weeks' time he should be fit. Otherwise I should be having to ask a few questions.